Good afternoon and welcome to today's Lunchtime Poetry. I'm Lorie and I am a librarian at Manlius Library. And today I'm going to be sharing from the collected poems of Emily Dickinson from a book in our library. And I'm going to start with, I bring an unaccustomed wine. I bring an unaccustomed wine to lips long parching next to mine, and summon them to drink. Crackling with fever they essay, I turn my brimming eyes away, and come next hour to look. The hands still hug the tardy glass, the lips I would have cooled, alas, are so superfluous cold. I would as soon attempt to warm the bosoms where the frost has lain ages beneath the mold. Some other thirsty there may be to whom this would have pointed me, had it remained to speak. And so I always bear the cup, if haply mine may be the drop some pilgrim thirst to slake. If haply any say to me, unto the little, unto me, when I, alas, at last awake. This next one is called I Had a Guinea Golden, and it goes out to everyone who's missing someone in these times of social distancing and quarantine. I had a Guinea Golden, I lost it in the sand, and though the sum was simple and pounds were in the land, still it had such a value unto my frugal eye that when I could not find it, I sat me down to sigh. I had a crimson robin who sang full many a day, but when the woods were painted, he too did fly away. Time brought me other robins, their ballads were the same. Still for my missing troubadour, I kept the house at hame. I had a star in heaven, one Pleiad was its name, and when I was not heeding, it wandered from the same. And though the skies are crowded and all the night is shine, I do not care about it, since none of them are mine. My story has a moral. I have a missing friend, Pleiad its name, and robin and guinea in the sand. And when this mournful ditty, accompanied with a tear, shall meet the eye of traitor in country far from here, grant that repentance solemn may seize upon his mind, and he no consolation beneath the sun may find. And there's a note on this one. This poem may have had, like many others, a personal origin. It is more than probable it was sent to some friend traveling in Europe, a dainty reminder of letter writing. So, summer shower. A drop fell on the apple tree, another on the roof. A half a dozen kissed the eaves and made the gables laugh. A few went out to help the brook that went to help the sea. Myself conjectured, were they pearls, what necklaces could be? The dust replaced and hoisted roads, the birds jocoser sung. The sunshine threw his hat away, the orchard's spangles hung. The breezes brought dejected lutes and bathed them in the glee. The east put out a single flag and signed the feet away. And that's summer shower. We could use a summer shower. This one is called By the Sea. I started early, took my dog, and visited the sea. The mermaids in the basement came out to look at me, and frigates in the upper floor extended hempen hands, presuming me to be a mouse aground upon the sands. But no man moved me till the tide went past my simple shoe, and past my apron and my belt, and past my bodice too, and made as he would eat me up, as wholly as a dew, upon a dandelion sleeve, and then I started too. And he followed close behind. I felt his silver heel upon my ankle, then my shoes would overflow with pearl. Until we met the solid town, no man he seemed to know, and bowing with a mighty look at me, the sea withdrew. This next one's called The Chariot, and I think that the first stanza, at least, will be familiar to many of you. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure too, for his civility. We passed the school where children played, their lessons scarcely done. We passed the fields of gazing grain, we passed the setting sun. We paused before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was scarcely visible, the cornice but a mound. Since then 'tis centuries, but each feels shorter than a day. I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity. And that's the Chariot. And I don't want to leave you on that mournful note. So I will leave you with Hope, parts 1 and 2. Part 1. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. Part 2. Hope is a subtle glutton. He feeds upon the fair, and yet, inspected closely, what abstinence is there? His is in the halcyon table that never seats but one, and whatsoever is consumed, the same amounts remain. And that's Hope, parts 1 and 2. And I really like that one because it's an illustration that no matter how much hope you have and how much hope you give, it's kind of like love. It never really runs out. I hope you've enjoyed today's Lunchtime Poetry. If you are registered for the Teen Summer Reading Program here at Manlius Library, your code is POETRY, capital P, Poetry, Poetry, Poetry. If you're not signed up for the Teen Summer Reading Program and you're a teenager in Central New York, hop on over to our website at manliuslibrary.org. Get yourself signed up today. There's lots of reading and lots of prizes. If you are signed up, you can just click on the mission, Lunchtime Poetry, and fill out the activity for today with the secret code I just gave you. I am Lorie. I'm the teen librarian here at Manlius Library. You can find me every Friday at noon here on the Manlius Library YouTube channel. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy the summer. I'll see you next week. Happy poetry.